Allegedly, for several nights, the small town of Van Meter, Iowa, was terrorized by some type of winged reptile that was rumored to have come from deep inside an abandoned mineshaft. Back in 1903, many of the town's most respected and reputable citizens report encountering a half-human, half-animal flying creature of some kind. Many of the citizens claimed that it had large bat-like wings, moved very quickly, and gave off a foul odor, and also gave off a piercing bright light from what looked like a horn on its head. U.G. Griffith, an implement dealer, is said to have had the first sighting. He was allegedly driving into town around 1 a.m. and saw what seemed to be an electric searchlight on Mayer and Grigg's store. He stated that it flew across to another building and disappeared. On the following night, Dr. A.C. Olcott, who sleeps in his office on Principal Street, was rumored to have been awoken by a bright light shining on his face. He grabbed a shotgun and ran outside. He claimed to have seen a monster, seemingly half human and half beast, with great bat-like wings. He claims that a piercing bright light nearly blinded him that seemed to come from what appeared to be some type of horn on its head. He also stated that the creature expelled some type of pungent odor. He allegedly shot at this creature before retreating back in his office, barring the windows and doors until morning. Allegedly, after rumors of this flying cryptid spread through town, Peter Dunn, cashier of the only bank in town, loaded his weapon and prepared to defend the building the following night. Around 2 a.m., he was blinded by this great light, and Peter claimed to have seen this creature through the window. Allegedly, there were 3-toed footprints discovered the following day. And on that night, O.V. White claimed to have seen the creature climbing down a telephone pole, and it used its beak much like that of a parrot, he claimed, and seemed to travel in leaps as it hit the ground, much like a kangaroo, using its featherless wings to assist itself. He allegedly shot at the creature and wounded it, and after hearing the gunshots, another man by the name of Sidney Gregg allegedly seen the creature flying away as he came outside to investigate. A foreman of the brick plant, named J.L. Pratt, claimed to have heard a peculiar sound in an abandoned coal mine. Several other men also claimed to have heard this sound before. The creature, also accompanied by a smaller one, allegedly emerged from the shaft, prompting many to fire shots at the creatures to no effect. The two creatures allegedly disappeared back down into the shaft, never to be seen again. What did all of these respected and prominent men of the time experience? Something happened to them. What was this elusive flying cryptid? From what I understand, people still currently have sightings to this day. Is it possible that somehow, some way, some sort of, dinosaur may have survived from extinction? I tried researching different types of prehistoric flying dinosaurs, more particularly pterosaurs. I tried to compare witness descriptions with known fossil records of these prehistoric flying dragons. I first started looking at the Pteranodon. It had a very large wingspan, reaching 18 to 20 feet, a toothless beak, and a crest on its head made of bone. Fossils of these creatures have been found in areas of the U.S. that are not far from Iowa. The next one that I looked at was the Quetzalcoatlus, because it has also been found in areas of the U.S. It is now recognized as the largest known flying animal and reptile. It had a sharp and pointed beak, as well as a crest on its skull. The wingspan was said to reach between 36 to 39 feet and could reach a speed of up to 80 miles an hour. Both the Pteranodon and the Quetzalcoatlus lived during the late Cretaceous period and are both said to have gone extinct. I couldn't find any evidence of any type of pterosaur or any other current bird for that matter having the ability to produce light. But if you think about fireflies, it is not completely impossible. The following article was posted in the Tombstone Epitaph, April 26, 1890. Found on the desert. A strange winged monster discovered and killed on the Huachuca Desert. A winged monster resembling a huge alligator with an extremely elongated tail and an immense pair of wings was found in the desert between the Whetstone and Huachuca Mountains last Sunday by two ranchers who were returning home from the Huachucas. The creature was evidently greatly exhausted by a long flight, and when discovered was able to fly but a short distance at a time. After the first shock of wild amazement that passed, the two men who were on horseback and armed with Winchester rifles regained sufficient courage to pursue the monster, and after an exciting chase of several miles, succeeded in getting near enough to open fire with their rifles and wounding it. The creature then turned on the men, but owing to its exhausted condition, they were able to keep out of its way, and after a few well-directed shots, the monster partly bled over and remained motionless. The men cautiously approached, their horses snorting with terror, and found that the creature was dead. They then proceeded to make an examination, and found that it measured about 92 feet in length, and the greatest diameter was about 50 inches. The monster had only 2 feet, these being situated a short distance in front of where the wings were joined to the body. The head, as near as they could judge, was about 8 feet long, the jaws being thickly set with strong, sharp teeth. Its eyes were as large as a dinner plate and protruded about halfway from the head. They had some difficulty in measuring the wings as they were partly folded under their body, but finally got one straightened out sufficiently to get a measurement of 78 feet, making the total length from tip to tip 160 feet. The wings were composed of a thick and nearly transparent membrane and were devoid of feathers or hair, as was the entire body. The skin of the body was comparatively smooth and easily penetrated by a bullet. The men cut off a small portion of the tip of one wing and took it home with them. Late last night, one of them arrived in this city for supplies and to make the necessary preparations to skin the creature, when the hide will be sent east for examination by the eminent scientists of the day. The finder returned early this morning, accompanied by several prominent men who will endeavor to bring the strange creature to this city before it is mutilated. What do you believe everyone was witnessing? Post in the comments to the video what you think everyone was seeing. If you have had a cryptid experience of any kind and would like to share your story, email me at the email on the screen.